I checked the timestamps. Fuck me. I didn't know who any of these niggas were. Damn, you dislikes aren't even. Oh, 2018. Oh, damn. That's a lot of dislikes. I mean, the ratio from like to dislike is, good, but damn. That nigga almost has 100K dislikes. God lord. Who did it? Oh, fucking. Oh. Alright, I saw this video a couple days ago, and I saw it was from my boy Matty Balls. Matty Balls, yeah. I saw it was from that boy right there. And I was like, I gotta watch this. I gotta watch this with y'all. So we about to jump into it. Shout out Matty Balls, leave a shout out in the description box, leave a video in the description box below. Other than that, let's see what industry plants have failed. Cause I know my thumbnail. I know my thumbnail. Title is a little iffy. My title's a little iffy though. But I'm not gonna lie. I scrolled through this thing. I checked the timestamps. Fuck me. I didn't know who any of these niggas were. But we about to see who the hell these niggas is. This nigga look familiar, but I don't know who this nigga is.
That are planted in the music industry by labels or other important people. Sometimes they can be hard to spot, and sometimes they are painfully obvious and generic, which can deter people from wanting to listen. And those are the people that we're going to be
I'm so mad looking at them
today.
I'm so mad looking at these people.
I've gathered 4 artists that were planted in the music industry but failed to grow. But first, let's quickly define what an industry plant is. So the term industry plant is thrown around all the time with tons of people giving it different definitions. For example, when you Google industry plant, the definition is artists who have only just started in the industry and are then picked up by a major label and groomed to be a star. But the issue with this definition and many similar ones is that it can be applied to a lot of artists. The whole point of a label picking up an artist in the first place is to help them blow up. A better definition is an artist who is a major /indie label backing their movement but presents themselves as a homegrown startup to create the illusion of an organic following. But the issue with this definition too is that whether or not you're an industry
Okay. Now my definition of an industry plant. I don't know. Those definitions didn't help me a shitload at all. I didn't gain nothing. I gained zero information from both of those definitions. My definition of industry plant is someone planted in the industry whom can bring in a more diverse group of people to come and listen to those artists. It's like Lil Nas X.
A lot of artists aren't very
Don't ask me how though.
About their label, and a lot of artists like to run with the did it on my own narrative, so that doesn't really help narrow down the list. However, for the sake of this video, I'm going to define industry plants as artists who sign early in their careers and have their image created mostly by the label as some sort of marketing gimmick. What I mean by this is that these artists have their personality, their music, and their style tailored to a certain audience, which typically comes off as very inauthentic. You'll see
very fucking weak. Trash? Yeah, definitely.
As we go throughout the rest of the video. So let's start off with one of the most notorious industry plants that there is, Jumex. So Jumex is one of the first.
Who are you? This nigga. This the only person out of this whole group that I actually, know the face of. His name, fuck his name. I don't know his name. I don't know who this nigga is for real. But his face, I've seen him off, either it was TikTok when I was on it, or this YouTube, or this video. I think it was Genius. I think Genius showed this nigga. If not Genius, then this YouTube group who showed like these rappers, and I think he was on it. I can't remember where I saw his face from, but I saw his face before.
Artist that people tend to think of when it comes to industry plants. He's an artist who started blowing up in 2019 after the release of his song Loner. However, it was pretty apparent right off the bat after the release of his first song Trapped that he was
not gonna do any better than that.
Industry plant.
Sorry, but he was not.
Was a cookie cutter yell rap song where he's yelling the hook and then he raps a verse while forcing his voice to sound like this. The chorus was these lyrics repeated over and over again. I'm trapped and I can't get out, so might as well get high. I'm trapped and I can't get out, so might as well just die. And I don't mind mediocre lyrics and stuff being repeated. Like Lil Pump is a good example,
yeah,
but at least
his song. I mean, Lil Pump's different though, Eddie. I feel like Lil Pump's a little different. He said Gucci Gang, but it was catchy. It was catchy as hell.
Had some sort of character and some charisma that made the song
Yeah.
fun. Jumex's song was just, hey, X is popular, let me try to copy that. But the
Yeah,
reason
you're
it was
not
apparent
X, nigga. You're not X. Okay, fuck it. I said I wasn't gonna sneeze, but I can't hold it in. Sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Forgive me.
an industry plant because of this song is because it was his first song and it had a music video directed by ex Odd Future member Taco, who's pretty up there in the music industry.
Oh. Didn't know that. Didn't know that. Damn, you dislikes aren't even 2018? Oh damn. That's a lot of dislikes. I mean the ratio from like to dislike is, good, but damn. That nigga almost has 100K dislikes. God Lord. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
And he was already signed when this song was released. So then it begs the question, how did Jumex get planted? Well, Jumex was your average high school SoundCloud rapper who was fascinated by music from artists like Lil Peep, X, and others. He was releasing some music before he was planted, but it was even worse than his newer stuff.
You were never there, hearts broken. Who did it? Oh, fucking. Oh. Oh, fire that nigga now. Fire that nigga now. Oh, I can't get any more than 2 seconds than what I just heard from that shit. Fire that nigga immediately. Oh, Lord have mercy on my soul. That nigga needs to get
but it was
fired.
even worse than his newer stuff.
My. That's just hard to listen to. That's hard to listen to as soon as you hear it, bro. No. No. The people who listen to him, I don't know about their music taste for real. That shit's trash. Hearts broken to despair, I saw. Oh no. That's hard to listen to.
Like some Lil Peep inspired music.
That's hard to listen to. Lil Peep, it's Lil Peep, but that's hard to listen to.
Poor production. And that's how all his music was at the time. And on top of that, he was trying to look the part of his...
I bet. Obviously, he doesn't have the money to do what he did. I'm pretty sure he was working a job, but I don't think that job was getting him the money that he needed to, take it to where he wanted to take it. But yeah,
a rapper as well. However, he went somewhat viral after posting a video online where he was smoking in his class and yelling "World Star." This video caught the attention of Bradley Scoffern. Bradley Scoffern is a guy who's worked a lot with Odd Future. He used to help manage Tyler the Creator and worked with He had been working with him as early on as 2012 and also worked as a carnival director.
Damn. And he wasn't even, that big. Now this nigga, when was this? That's 2012, that's 2019. That nigga shit has probably jumped up to at least 10K likes now. That's pretty crazy.
And worked with Golfway. He had been working with them as early on as 2012 and also worked as a carnival director at Camp Flognaw. So people theorized that Bradley found Jumex from this video, heard his music, decided to invest in him, hooked him up with some industry connections, and therefore planted him in the music industry. People have also said that the label he was with, Corton Records, was created by Bradley, made to look like some indie label, even though there was tons of money behind it. Like I said, this isn't a confirmed fact, it's just speculation, but it would make a lot of sense as to how Jumex got all these industry connections. People also theorized that Bradley had Taco direct his first music video and song, and Taco even played it during his DJ set at Camp Flognaw in 2018. His following song, Loner, was released shortly after Trapped, and he had writing assistance from I Love McConan, who actually helped him on a bunch of other songs.
I Love McConan. I Love McConan.
And he had
the nigga who made Tuesday with Drake. I Love McConan. He was doomed to fail. No hate, but that nigga was doomed to fail. He was doomed to fail. Yeah, he had a song with Drake. Tuesday. Great. But after that song, he's never made as much buzz ever again. He's not even as big as he used to be. Really? I Love McConan. He was bound to fail. He was bound to fail. Oh wow, bro, he was bound to
Assistance
fail.
from I Love McConan, who actually helped him on a bunch of other songs, which is kind of sad when the songwriting is so terrible. There's also
Yeah,
screenshots of Jumex asking people to write him a song about flexing but emotional.
flexing but emotionally, and about your struggle being yourself. Hmm.
He got a genius interview for this song and people clowned on it, with top comments like, Jumex looks like a Monster Energy can personified. Jumex also did this thing where he would just glamorize being sad because it was trendy, really trying to appeal to the emo type of
Yeah.
community. So with a little bit of digging, it looks pretty obvious that he was planted in the music industry, and after releasing some EPs and singles throughout 2019 and 2021, collaborating with people like Lil Xan and Travis Barker, it seems like he parted ways with
Little
Corton Records.
Xan. Oh my god. Little Xan. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. This nigga was doomed to fail as soon as he started. He was doomed to fail. From getting help in writing from I Love McConan to having a goddamn song with Little Xan. Oh, shit. That shit made me shiver, bro. That shit made me shiver. I had to get my cover, bro. Hell no. Hell no. Two, bro, God, he was doomed to fail as soon as he started, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
His numbers started slowing down, and Corton probably
That's
realized that their
crazy.
investments had failed, so it's likely that they pulled out, or maybe Jumex left them, I'm not sure. So as of now, he's been releasing his latest songs
Both would have been good choices. It doesn't matter which would happen.
independently with little to no success. I honestly think that the reason he failed is because his first impression was so terrible. The music wasn't great right off the bat, and the industry plant thing was so apparent. In my opinion, his music did get a lot better over time, but because people had these preconceived notions about
Yeah.
him, they didn't really want to check his newer stuff out. And
Mhm.
that brings us to our next notorious industry plant, Baby Goth. So Baby Goth is
Who the fuck is Baby Goth? And I see that someone right here is long. Whoa. This motherfucker's equally just as long, if not longer. Oh my goodness gracious. God, Lord have mercy. Oh, we all know who this nigga is. Oh, damn. We
artist
gonna
that
get
just
there. We
appeared
gonna get
one
there.
day. She popped onto the scene when she was featured on Trippie Redd.
Trip! And Trippie Redd is one of the hottest out. He still is up there. He hasn't slowed down. His music isn't getting terrible. So to be on the same album that had Love Scars and Topanga oh, I don't know what to say.
Album A Love Letter to You 3 on November 9th of 2018. Shortly after that, she released her first song, Swimming, with Trippie Redd.
Adding Lil Xan doesn't help you one fucking bit, bro. Adding this name will never help you. And the reason why Lil Xan's everywhere in these niggas shit because of his one song Betrayal.
Lil Xan. So right off the bat, she looked like an industry plant. I mean,
Yeah, with Trippie Redd.
first song, Swimming, with Trippie Redd and Lil Xan.
I mean, seeing Trippie Redd's pretty crazy, but Lil Xan, that's trash. But seeing Trippie Redd, you like, okay, let me check this motherfucker out. And then find out that she's like straight dog water sewage. Like,
So right off the bat, she looked like an industry plant. I mean, her first song wasn't even out and she was already on Trippie Redd's album,
Like
but there's a bit
what?
more to the story. Before she became Baby Goth, she was always really into music. She started making music under the name Bria Bueno and had been doing covers and releasing her own music. She was even with an indie label called Rewind Records. In 2016, she posted an Indiegogo campaign with the attempt to raise money so she could make an EP. Unfortunately, though, she only raised $320 out of her
Damn.
$14,000 goal.
Damn.
Eventually, she was able to release her EP called Babyface, which was more like a pop-sounding project that was actually pretty decent. She had a pretty good voice, and I think she could have had more potential with that had she not rebranded. Baby Goth was doing a ton of things to try to get noticed, and she claims that she was eventually noticed by some people in the industry who found her on their Explore page on Instagram. She then signed to Republic Records, which is a branch of UMG, which is one of the big three record labels in the music industry. And when she got signed, she underwent a huge rebrand, covering up her previous career and creating a new image, which is a theme we see among many other industry plants. Her new image was face tattoos, flexing money, and posing with guns. Her and her label were also seemingly hiding the fact that she had a husband and 2 kids, so clearly her label was
terrible. They wanted her to fail. Why pick her up if y'all want her to fail? That's terrible.
Make her appeal to a certain audience, which, like I said earlier, is a marketing gimmick. Baby Goth then began blowing up after
Wiz. I was about to get so loud saying that name. Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa. The big stoner himself. Wiz Khalifa. Wow. Let alone Trippie Redd, but Wiz Khalifa. The nigga who's been blowing up since 2011 with Black and Yellow. Wiz Khalifa. Songs with Chief Keef. Snoop Dogg. Various songs. Charlie Puth. Piff. Puff. Shit, bro, that's pretty crazy.
First few songs. However, though, shortly after she started releasing music, she was exposed by a YouTuber named Progress, who basically proved she was an industry plant. He even found a video of one of her managers saying himself that he made her entire image and brand. He said that she was like a potato with no personality, so he gave her one.
She has no personality, so I was like, since a person can't speak, you gotta make them look cool, right? So we get a cool name, right? All we had to do. Get face tats, because all these artists got face tats, right? So you build a aesthetic, you build a brand, right? So when she walks into the office, she looks cool. You know what I mean? That's all labels want.
And that was insane to see. I cannot believe that he admitted that online for people to see. And honestly, her music as Baby Goth wasn't even that bad. Like, I'm not going to go listen to it personally, but that brings me to another point that I want to make in this video. At the end of the day, in my opinion, if the music's good, that's all that matters. Anyways, she released an EP and continued releasing music throughout 2020, including a song with Slim Jimmy. But as she kept releasing...
Who? Don't say a nigga name like we supposed to know who the fuck that is. Slim... Who? I thought this motherfucker said Jimi Hendrix. Like, nigga, no, shut up. Slim Jimmy.
Numbers continued going down. The fact that she was an industry plant and her music seems so inauthentic is most likely the reason why her career didn't work out. She's been teasing new music to this day, but has not released anything since 2020. Our next industry plant is some... Sorry guys, 1 second. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, you know this is a... You know what the fuck... Let alone Biden showing up. With the fact that he didn't even, swipe on his phone to, answer the call.
Sorry, guys, 1 second.
Obvious enough.
Hey, what's up, man?
Obvious enough.
Hey, man, I'm watching your new video and I love your shirt.
Matty Balls, just to tell you, we already scanned through all this, and we know what this is. Get your shirts.
Seeing the video.
Get your industry plant shirts by Matty Balls.
Anyways, where'd you
Matty
get
Balls,
that shirt?
come check this video out. Get your shirt, man. Get your bread. I fucks with it. I'm gonna get like you one day.
Video. Our next industry plant is someone with one of the most fascinating origins out of anyone else on this list, and his name is Smiles. So Smiles is a rapper whose name may sound...
Don't tell me this nigga's on a song with, the worst rapper alive. 6ix9ine? Bro, he had a song with Akon. To have a song with Akon, even though he's not even, who Akon used to be no more. I don't think nobody's listening to Akon as they used to no more. But what?
Because he was featured on 6ix9ine's...
The fuck?
Tattletales on the song Charlie. He released his first song as Smiles a day before that 6ix9ine song came out and has been releasing music consistently ever since. He hasn't seen much success and has only had one song since then crack 1 million plays, and that was a song featuring Snoop Dogg called Happy. So how did an extremely small rapper...
How the fuck did he get a feature with Snoop Dogg? What? Bro got a feature with Snoop Dogg? Dog, you're lying.
Featured on 6ix9ine's album and get a feature from Snoop Dogg.
You're
He's gotta be
lying.
an industry plant, right? Well, I can't say whether or not he's a traditional industry plant because he's had a career spanning over a decade before becoming Smiles. But I do consider him an industry plant of some sort, and you'll understand why after I explain it. So I think we should start with Smiles' dad. His dad is a man by the name of Bruno Mascalo, who's a multi-millionaire with an estimated net worth of $575.
Holy crap! This nigga was almost a billionaire. That's his dad? That's his dad.
You'll understand why after I explain it.
That's
so
his
I think
dad.
we should start with Smiles' dad. His dad is a
That's
man by
his
the name
dad. His dad is worth $575 million. And when he dies, that nigga's inheriting all that money. Oh, damn. Holy shit.
Bruno Mascalo, who is a multi-millionaire with an estimated net worth of $575 million. Now, the reason I think this guy is his dad is for 3 reasons. 1, he follows Smiles and a Smiles fan page on Instagram. 2, they both have the same name. 3, he mentioned in an interview he has a son in a rock band in LA. And you may be wondering, isn't Smiles a rapper? Why'd you say that he's in a rock band? Well, that article is from 2011, when Smiles was in a rock band by the name of Drive A. He was the lead vocalist and guitarist, and I'm not gonna lie, their music was pretty solid. The band was formed in 2007 and put out music until 2011. They released 2 full-length albums and they were actually pretty successful. Drive A has a music video with over 160,000 views, and there's a ton of people in the comments saying that they actually missed the band or that they saw them live on tour with other bands. However, I can hardly find any information about this group, and after breaking up in 2011, Smiles joined another band called Raw Fabrics under the name Jack Franco. They started the band in 2011, and by 2014 the band had just finished a nationwide tour that they headlined and then released their debut EP, Gold Handcuffs.
They went on tour nationwide? This nigga's name is Smiles now. How is he a plant? This nigga's been having a successful career for real. What?
2015, after releasing their second EP, it seems like the band split, leaving just Jack Franco, who is now going by Jack Bruno. He was also struggling with drugs, which may have had a hand in that. Jack Bruno was active as Raw Fabrics until 2016, when he decided to go solo as Jack Bruno, but instead of making rock music, he made rap music. I believe he started releasing rap music in 2017, and that's when his career got extra weird. He had songs featuring Famous Dex, who was super hot at the time, and he also had a song...
Famous? How the fuck? Playboy Cardi? How the fuck this nigga get a song with both Dex and Cardi? I don't think you understand that these niggas were blowing the fuck up at this time. Especially Cardi. This nigga was on Double XL in 2017. What? No way. What the fuck?
Playboy Cardi. For some reason, some of his music was released as 92 Jack, so it seems like he's been having identity issues throughout his career. Regardless, he was somehow very involved in the industry and had tons of connections. He's open for artists like Wiz Khalifa.
I mean, yeah! This nigga was on a song. This nigga had a song with Playboy Cardi and Famous Dex. Not to mention, he was on it was on 6ix9ine's album. Really? Of course he has some connections. What? This nigga's been opening for Wiz Khalifa, Juice WRLD, and Ray Schmurda. That's fucking crazy. Oh, Lil Skies. I like Lil Skies, so yeah. That's crazy.
Juice WRLD, Lil Pump, Lil Skies, 6ix9ine, and Ray Schmurda.
And
It's
Rolling
left a lot of
Loud?
people wondering how he
This
was
nigga
able
computer Rolling Loud. His career's been good. This nigga straight. Not alone his father's money, he's straight. If that is his dad. How was he a plant? Please tell me.
connections, and I've seen some people speculating that he paid for them, and that would make sense since no one really knew who he was, and he was even booed off stage at some points. I feel bad for how hard he was clowned on, but the music was kind of cringy, like this live Dunkin' Donuts performance he did.
Trying to eat a diet, then you eat a donut. When you're trying to stay sane, then you up and go nuts.
Anyways, he released a lot of music as Jack Bruno, although most of it's been deleted from streaming services. But then in 2020, Jack Bruno again rebranded to Smiles, whose persona was essentially that of a 2010 smiley face emoji. It seemed like he was trying to have a similar image to 6ix9ine. He came out as Smiles under Create Music Group, which is the same group that has worked with 6ix9ine, YNW Melly, and more. So people speculate that
was the Migos,
which is the same group that is
that was Migos. They trippy. And Melly. Wow. Wow.
6ix9ine, YNW Melly, and more. So people speculate that the reason he has all of these connections isn't because a label scooped him up
He's a
and tried to make
plant.
him an industry plant, but instead people speculate that he's just asking his dad for money so he can pay for these extremely expensive features and pay to open for people on tour. So that's
that
why I'd
makes
say he
sense.
isn't a traditional industry plant. It's more like he used his dad's money to actually plant himself in the music industry. And since he only has 18,000 monthly listeners despite all of these features and connections, I'd say it's been a failed attempt. So yeah, Smile's career is crazy and I haven't seen anything like this, so maybe I'll do a full video about it one day in depth. And that brings us to our final...
You got to, bro. You got to. Fuck Icy Narco. Fuck that nigga. We need a full in-depth video of Smiles, Matty Balls. We need that.
Narco.
I'm Icy Narco, and I deserve to be the XXL freshman because I taught SpongeBob how to play the clarinet.
We know you weren't gonna make it, bro.
Now, I think the insane success of the SoundCloud era had labels foaming at the mouth trying to capitalize on it, because Icy Narco is a clear-cut, Lil Pump clone industry plant. And while making this video, I realized that my definition of industry plant may have been a little too strict, so I'm going to bend my definition just a little bit for this section, because Icy Narco did have a tiny bit of buzz before he got signed. He also had a very similar image, but it's still pretty apparent that he's an industry plant being marketed towards a certain audience, and here's why. So Icy Narco began making music in 2016, back when he looked like a normal kid, but he didn't really get much attention. Throughout 2017, he changed his sound and style to be much more similar to that of a Lil Pump or some other trendy Florida rapper. His music was very mediocre, but the sound was trendy, so he did garner a small fan base. Songs like You, Viagra, Niagara, and more helped him grow his audience. Because he was already appealing to the Lil Pump type of audience, the label he would eventually sign with didn't have to do much to alter his image. It was already there. They would do some other inauthentic, cringy stuff, but I'll get to that later. All they had to do was just scoop him up and push his mediocre music, which is exactly what happened. Icy Narco signed to 10,000 projects in late 2017 or early 2018 and instantly began blowing up. He even said himself that when he signed to 10K, he hardly had anything and had recently just moved out to LA. This is a label that's worked with artists like Ice Spice.
Ice Spice. Trippie Redd. Wow. I see the name Trippie Redd. I'm like, damn, really?
9, Ian Dior, Trippie Redd, Coin, and many more.
Jaleel. Y'all saw that name,
artists
Jaleel?
like Ice Spice, 6ix9ine, Ian Dior,
Y'all saw
Trippie
Jaleel
Redd,
Summers? Wow.
Coin, and
Jaleel, yeah.
his first few songs that were released on streaming instantly blew up and he got millions of streams. Icy Narco got a No Jumper interview and was seen with many other artists like YNW Melly and Young Nudy. However, the gimmick wore off quickly and his streams immediately plummeted after his first few songs. And of course, some people were enjoying his music even before he signed, but it was very short-lived and a lot of his views were probably just from people who wanted to check out the new and blue Lil Pump. He dropped his album Winter Can Be Murder in 2019 with 10K.
Damn.
And it performed very poorly. It seems like his label even had him link up with Gary Vee for some reason, maybe for publicity or PR, but it's clear that this was a corporate decision. Regardless, after 2019, he stopped working with 10K Records and has only released 5 songs since. The reason he didn't work out is because his style was so unoriginal, and it was very obvious that the label was just trying to capitalize on this trend. Most viewers were aware of this too, with top comments like, "This guy jacked so many rappers in one track," and "XXX the Smoke Pump God." And again, I wouldn't say his music was that bad. It was decent, but it lacked any originality and it was capitalizing on a dying trend. So despite 10K Records planting him in the music industry, he failed to grow. Let me know if you have any other industry plants you'd like me to talk about in the comments below. Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you're interested in checking out one of these shirts, I think they're pretty cool. You might like them. Make sure to get them on mattyballs.com. I'll have the link in the description below. Other than that, though, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This has been Matty Balls, and I'll see you guys next.
That was hard, Matty Balls. Matty Balls, that was hard. That was a good video, Matty Balls. You know you gotta say his name with the Z, Matty Balls. That was a good video, Matty Balls. Get you a like. A common theme with these artists is that they're pumping out A common thing with these artists is that they're pumped out checking off every trend of the time. But these labels create their image so perfectly that these artists come off as come off as Kyrie of their fellow peers in their genre. Alright, that's it. That's it. We about to get off of here. Damn. We about to get off of here. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you leave a like, leave a comment. Matty Balls, if you're watching this, hope you made it this far. Good video. Maybe you can, shoot me some, maybe you can shoot me some up shit. What, huh? Maybe you can shoot me up some shit. Yeah, sir. Hope y'all leave a like, hope y'all comment. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to post another stuff you enjoy because that's all I got for y'all today.